Okay, so good day guys, I'm Jefferson, Garo, and today we are going to create a summary or the summary for our chapter 7 in our NetAcad. Okay, so our chapter 7 is all about transport layer protocols, TCP and UDP. Okay, so first the transport layer protocols. Okay, so I think these protocols or the protocols are being tackled on our previous chapters. Okay, as far as I remember. So now, flow to transport layer. The transport layer is responsible for establishing a temporary communication session between two applications and delivering data between them. So TCP/IP uses two protocols to achieve this. The TCP is short for Transmission Control Protocol, and UDP is User Datagram Protocol. Okay, so primary responsibilities of transport layer protocols are tracking the individual communication between applications on the source and destination host. Okay, so segmenting data for manageability and resembling segmented data into streams of application data at the destination, identifying the proper application for each communication stream. So those are the primary responsibilities of the transport layer protocol. Okay, so segmenting the data. Okay, so guys, I am using the slides on the slide share. Okay, so I'll be reading this until the end. Segmenting the data enables many different communications from many different users to be interleaved or multiplexed on the same network at the same time. It provides the means to both send and receive data when running multiple applications. So a header added to each segment to identify it. Okay, so next, transport layer reliability. Okay, so different applications have different transport reliability requirements. TCP/IP or IP provides two transport layer protocols, TCP and UDP. TCP provides reliable delivery, ensuring that all the data arrives at the destination. Okay, so it ensures our data if it arrives on the destination already, and then uses acknowledge delivery and other process to ensure delivery. Okay, makes larger demands on the network more overhead. UDP, it provides just the basic functions for delivery, no reliability and less overhead. Okay, so TCP is more reliable than the UDP. Puti ko. Itim ko. TCP or UDP. There is a trade-off between the value of reliability and the burden it places on the network. Application developers choose the transport protocol, okay, based on the requirements of their applications. So here, the introduction to the TCP, defined in RFC 790, connection oriented, creates a session between the source and the destination, or reliable delivery, or retransmits lost or corrupt data, or data reconstructs numbering and sequencing of segments, flow control, or regulates the amount of data transmitted. Stateful protocol tracks the session is the UDP or RFC 768. Okay, disconnectionless, unreliable delivery. Okay, no order data reconstruction, no flow control, stateless protocol. Okay, applications that use UDP are the domain name system or DNS, video streaming, and vol IP. Okay, so TCP and UDP port addressing, port number range 0 to 102. So we have, okay, next type is 7. Okay, so when we use CMD, we can use the command netstat, okay, to examine the TCP connections that are open and running on a network host. Okay, so for example, in our PC, okay, when we type the command netstat, okay, it will examine the TCP connections that is open or that are open. Next, TCP and UDP. Okay. TCP connection establishment and termination. Three-way handshake establishes that the destination device is present on the network, verifies that the destination device has an active service and is accepting requests on the destination port number that the initiating client intends to use for the session. Informs the destination device that the source client intends to establish a communication session on the port number. Okay, so a three-way handshake step. Okay, these are the steps. So step 1, the initiating clients request a client-server communication session with the server. Next is the server acknowledges the client-to-server communication session and request a server to client communication session. Step 3 is the initiating client acknowledges the server to client communication session. Okay, so acknowledgement given to size. The sequence number and acknowledgement number are used together to confirm receipt. The window size is the amount of data that the source can transmit before an acknowledgement must be received. So UDP, okay. So UDP low overhead versus reliability. Okay, so UDP, simple protocol that provides the basic transport layer function used by applications that can tolerate small loss of data, used by applications that cannot tolerate delay, used by DNS, Simple Network Management Protocol or SNMP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol or DHCP, Trivial File Transfer Protocol or TFTP, IP telephony or vol IP, and online games. UDP server and client processes. UDP-based server applications are assigned well-known or registered port numbers. UDP client process randomly selects port number from range of dynamic port numbers as the source port. So the application that use TCP or the HTTP, FTP, SMTP, and Telnet. Okay, and the application that use the UDP. So DHCP, DNS, SMTP, FTP, vol IP, and IPTV. Okay, so that's it for our chapter 7 summary and our net. So thank you.